It was a mighty gorgeous sunset. It was truly a beautiful sight. All the friendly small housetops of Whoville glowing bright in the changing light. All the Whos who lived here in Whoville paused and smiled as the sun sank down and the purple shadow of Mount Crumpet crept across the farmlands beyond the town. It was a mighty peaceful sunset until old Josiah happened to sniff. And he whispered to his wife,
Mariah, will you also take a whiff?
And Josiah and Mariah double sniffed. And they said,
I wonder if...
But they really didn't wonder. They knew it was terribly true. They knew that the sour, sweet wind was coming back, and what the sour, sweet wind would do.
Inside, children.
I suggest we stay indoors tonight. I suggest we lock ourselves in tight. Tonight, you know, won't go quite right. You can tell by the smell of the wind. It sounds like another one's coming. Another Grinch night might commence. I wouldn't go out on a night like this for $1.50. Always starts when that sour, sweet wind begins a-howlin'. Sour, sweet wind across the tree stumps on the wrong side of Punker's Pond. Then that wind wakes up the Gree-Grumps from their sleep inside the tree stumps, and all the Gree-Grumps start a-growlin'. And that growlin' and that howlin' runkles and grunkles up the pond. And that's why I'm suggesting to all you ladies, kids, and gents, I wouldn't go out on a night like this for $2.50. 'Cause when old Punker's Pond gets grunkled by that howlin' and that growlin', that always disturbs the Hackencracks. And the Hackencracks start a-yowlin'. And the yowlin' of the Hackencracks, plus that runklin', grunklin', howlin', growlin', always irritates the Grinch. And then that Grinch starts in a-prowlin'. So I suggest we stay indoors tonight. Our problems are immense. I wouldn't go out on Grinch night for $6.60.
It's a wonderful night for eyebrows. Max? Oh, where is he? Max! It's a wonderful night for eyebrows. It's a wonderful night for teeth. It's a wonderful night for Grinch night. Their troubles will now commence. Oh, I wouldn't stay home on a night like this for $60.60. Max, go bring the paraphernalia wagon. Max was obeying his master's command in the cave on Mount Crumpet's bleak peak, the sweet, sour wind swazzled over the land. And in the home of Josiah and his good wife, Mariah, they just stood there, and no one could speak. Until finally, Euchariah said,
Grandpa Josiah?
and Grandpa Josiah said,
Yes, Euchariah?
and Euchariah said,
Grandpa, we've stood and stooding, just stooding produces no good. The least we could do is find out without doubt whether or not the Grinch is coming out. And so I suggest we don't stood here like sticks. Call the Grinch Alarm Center. Dial area code 519006.
Excellent suggestion, Euchariah. Area code 519006. Line's busy. Very busy. Ah, here he is.
This is not a recording. This is me in person. Your Grinch Alarm Warden, Sergeant Samuel S. McPherson. It is my duty to inform you if conditions improve or if they worsen. I have infiltrated his territory, keeping sharp eyes upon this schnook. And I'm focusing my focuseller to take still another look. Conditions are worsen.
Hurry up, Max. I'm raring to go. I'm gonna be the guest of honor at the exclusive Grinchside Ball. Gonna be the only dancer in the Whoville Town Hall. I might enter the ball quite small, or I might go in quite tall. But I assure you nobody is gonna dance with me at all when I enter front and center at the exclusive Grinchside Ball. Ready? Giddy up, Maxie.
Attention, attention all who's. This is Sergeant McPherson, and conditions, I'm afraid, are now worser than worsen.
How many times have I said and said? How many times have I said in my head, what am I doing here? Why am I the slave of this grinchy old crock? And I say how I wish I could turn back the clock and have the fine future I had once before, and again be an innocent puppy once more.
In your puppy house, Betty, with sweet Auntie Woofy Woofoon, feeding you hominy grits with a big silver spoon?
What am I doing here? Doesn't matter much how, but my dear old Auntie Woofy, wouldn't I fear very much care for me now?
As you can see by the lights flashing on the Zindex, that's the Zinheimer Disaster and Devastation Rate of Spread Calculating Index, I am recording the intensities and immensities of the Grinch's current antisocial activities. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, the Grinch is working up quite a score. And unless I am misreading, I think it's going to soar up even more.
You know something, Grandpa Josiah?
Do I know what, Euchariah?
You know, sir, this looks a lot better without my glasses.
You put your glasses back on and face the facts, Euchariah.
As the Grinch creaks ever closer to your little front yard gates, he's engaged in Grinchy practices that every who abominates. He defoliates, depreciates, deflating all the things he hates, and frequently expectorates. Oh, VX, he activates, he castigates,
He blastergates.
and while all of Whoville sits and waits the fates that it anticipates, his wagon wheel obliterates and decimates and platinates 1,000 little flowers.
Missed one. Got it.
You know something, Grandpa Josiah?
Euchariah.
Oh, my gosh, look what he's doing now. He's hunting down the Wuzzy Woozoo. The Woozoo at least should have immunity. He's the only one left in our community.
Gall darn Bricklebush. I got brickles in my britches.
Phew, that was a mighty tight pinch, but the Wuzzy Woozoo has eluded the Grinch. He's safe inside a bricklebush.
You know something, Grandpa Josiah?
Do I know what, Euchariah?
I gotta go to the euphemism.
The euphemism? No one goes to the euphemism on a night like this.
But I gotta. Euchariah, don't be long.
I suggest we stay indoors tonight. Our problems are immense. I wouldn't go out on a night like this for $66,600,000 and an extra 66 cents. He is wandering in the wind while the hack and cracks are yowling and the green grunts are a-growling. He is wandering up Mount Crumpet in the sour, sweet Grinch night wind. No one comes home through the wind. No one comes home through the growling. He is lost amongst the yowling, lost forever in the darkness of the sour, sweet Grinch night wind.
Darn these brickles anyway. I'll be sore for a month.
Where is that euphemism? Huh? Oh, a woozoo. Oh, a doggy. Nice doggy. Poor lost doggy. I'm gonna take you home with me. If I ever find it again.
Brickleize me, will they? I'll brickleize the entire township. Who are you?
Euchariah who, sir?
You're a rather small who, aren't you?
Well, I do the best I can, sir. Are you really the Grinch?
Am I the Grinch?
Sorry, sir. I have a slight astigmatism, an optical condition in which parallel rays of light from an external source converge or diverge unequally in different meridians. You know, sir, I like you much better with my glasses off.
You put your glasses back on and face the facts. Am I the Grinch? I'll show him. Oomka pod pa, pom pom pa, oomka poddy pa pa, oomka poddy oompa, oomka oomka lunka, ibs in troika, foldi maldo, pom tusk. Am I the Grinch? Out of my way, small who. I got bigger things to do than to waste my time with you on Grinch night. Achtung! Giddy up, Maxie! Next stop, Whoville!
So with the sweet sour wind still a-howlin'. Now the Grinch was really prowlin', and Euchariah watched him go a-clunkerin', skunkerin', skunk-a-punkerin' toward the helpless town below. And he thought about Josiah, Mariah, Obadiah, and Matthiah. He would have to save them somehow. He would have to save the town. He would simply somehow have to stop that Grinch from getting down. And suddenly Euchariah knew precisely what he had to do. Stall for time.
And what does the rather small Who want this time?
Will you please scare me some more, sir? I sort of like it.
Look, kid, I gave you the $2 treatment. You're not worth a first-class Grinching. Am I the Grinch?
Euchariah! Euchariah!
Where are you?
Okay, you asked for it. Quit fumbling with your glasses. Put those glasses on and get up here.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Come on. Closer, Euchariah. That's a nice little Who. Now closer. Closer. Closer.
And Euchariah, with a courage he had never known till then, Euchariah, who, with a courage beyond the courage of most men, with the sour, sweet wind a-howlin', stood before the gruesome Grinch and said,
To your words, bring on your spooks. Shoot the works, I will not flinch.
"Oh?"
Grinch is gonna get ya, Grinch is gonna get ya, nits and dee-fa-la. Yeah. Euchariah, Euchariah, yes, yes, Grinch is gonna get ya, Grinch is gonna get ya, nits and dee-fa-la. Yeah, nits and dee-fa-la. Gonna get your nits and dee-fa-la.
Enjoying yourself? Take a little walk.
No, I wouldn't step here. And I wouldn't step there. I would only step round with the greatest of care. And it's hopeless to try to escape through the air. It's prime time for spooks. We are every which way. Oh, you can't turn your back. And you can't turn your face without meeting some member of the unhuman race. We're a grisly, guzzly, ghastly disgrace. Yes, it's prime time for spooks. We're all over the place.
Enjoying yourself? Take a spook's tour. what?
Well, sir, as I knew it would, sir, the sour sweet wind is dying down. No wind ever blows forever.
So what?
Well, sir, according to all available statistics, when the sour sweet wind stops howling, that always stops the gree-grumps growling.
Yeah, I know.
And when the gree-grumps stop their growling, Punker's Pond stops runkling grunkling. And when Punker's Pond stops runkling grunkling, that always stops the hackin' from yelling. And when the hackin' stop yelling, you know what that stops. That always stops the Grinch from prowling.
Well, I'll be Grinched.
Well, I'll be Grinched.
Come on, Max.
Come on, Max. Turn this wagon around.
Attention all who's. This is Sergeant McPherson reporting to you once more in person. And I can report that I never had thought that I'd ever report a report of this sort.
I'm sure gonna miss that Grinch night ball. But that wind will be coming back someday. I'll be coming back someday.
Look, Mariah, there's Euchariah. Oh, what an unusual way to come back from the euphemism.
The nasty old sour sweet wind has blown away. All the gree-grump growling's growled itself away. Gone is the Grinch up the mountain far away. Hey, gone is the Grinch, that Grinch has gone away. Sing hallelujah, wind has blown away. Sing hallelujah, sing tra-la-boonie. Sing hoo-da-da-zoolie, up the mountain far away. Sing hallelujah, Grinch has gone away.
Coming up next, the spookiest season of the year is underway. Only trouble is, which witch is which?
Today is guest day. And 15 lucky club members get to hang tough with new kids on the block. Today on the Mickey Mouse Club.
On the next Super Sense, a behind-the-scenes look at how this extraordinary series was captured on film. Take off in a hot air balloon circling the sky with vultures. Travel into never-before-explored tunnels using the magic of fiber optics. And follow a remote-controlled toy truck with its hidden camera into the jaws of a lion. Discover the secrets behind the series that shows you the animal's point of view. The making of Super Sense, Wednesday at 8, exclusively on the Disney Channel. On the next Danger Bay.
Good hunting.
A war game on the mountain.
This is not a game. This is survival training.
Threatens more than the wildlife.
If this mindless vandalism continues, there won't be anything up there to preserve.
Let's move out.
The Wednesday night tradition continues.
Elmer, get down.
Danger Bay, Wednesday.
And now, Club Talk, where you get to know the members of the Mickey Mouse Club. 5, 6, 7, 8. And here's 3 of the coolest guys on TV talking about anything and everything.
When we start doing that stuff, you know it's time to get the show rolling.
I'm Jeff Hampton, and I'm from Oklahoma City. I'm Albert Fields, and I'm from Gary, Indiana. Damon Philip Pamplina from Houston, Texas. I was kind of scared when I first got here, you know, because I didn't know what to expect. and I got a lot of new friends. If you need someone to talk to, if you need help with any, you just go with one of your club members because they're always there for you. We're really, really nice kids.
Baby, in your eyes, I see it so clearly that I love it so strong, and you never go wrong. I do the best for you, baby. Don't forget my number.
Right from the beginning, ever since we met, we've just hit it off. You can be real depressed and see Damon and he'll go wild. We pick up a lot of habits from each other. The hair. The hair, my thing.
Only woman in the world besides me can do my hair.
I don't know, I just didn't want to be a normal person, so I had to make something different. So now we got both sides, like an aircraft carrier.
You gotta dance and shake your hair at the same time. Forget these guys. I'm gonna start this show. Step back.
I really don't look at it like that, as we're famous or whatever. To me, I'm just Albert, Me and Damon and Albert, we don't act any different than any other kids. I mean, we're wild and crazy. Hollywood me.
So what's for Chase, Albert, Damon, and the rest of the Musketeers in an all-new season of...
It's a very hip and cool show.
The Mickey Mouse Club, weekdays at 5:30 on the Disney Channel.
Once upon a time, there was true love.
Why didn't you wait for me?
Well, you were dead.
A true love that filled their lives with duels.
Prepare to die.
Big, ugly, hairy things.
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
And rude dinner hosts.
Don't even think about trying to escape.
The Princess Bride.
It's so perky. I love that.
Then, another princess appears.
It's such a surprise.
It's the exclusive world television premiere of Walt Disney's Enchanted, Cinderella.
A wonderful dream come true.
Relive the magic, the romance, and the music. And you won't see this anywhere else on television.
Oh, that does make a difference.
It's the Disney Channel's exclusive presentation of Cinderella, Saturday, November 4th, after The Princess Bride.
It's fresh, it's hype, it's here. It's a brand new season of Kids Incorporated.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's right. Jam to Kids Inc. every Monday through Thursday afternoon. And every Monday, it's brand spanking all new episodes.
I don't need permission, make my own decisions. Let my prerogative.
Beginning Monday, November 6th, it's an all new season of Kids Incorporated.
Oh, the Disney Channel is wishing you a happy Halloween.
My mountains are especially beautiful this time of year, when Mother Nature paints the leaves purple and red and gold. And being as this is the last day of October, tonight is Halloween. So I guess I know where millions of you little witches and goblins are going to be going after sundown.
Christy, Chucky, you know the camp rules. Keep that animal on a leash. Yes, Mrs. Bourne.
Sheesh, what a grouch. I'd hate to run into her on a dark night.
That's a nice Halloween costume you're wearing, Mrs. Bourne.
Oh, you really like it?
Yeah, especially that funny fake nose. Why, that's not a fake... Oh, You little... Oh, now get that mutt out of here!
Uh-oh. Boy, that was a dumb thing to say, Chucky.
How was I supposed to know?
Okay, go get your frisbee! Go get it, boy. She won't bite you. Sam? Hey, Sam!
Yes, ma'am?
Throw that stupid dog his stupid frisbee.
Okay, fella. Run out for a long one.
That looks like a fun game, Rusty. You kidding, Buttons? That's easier than falling off a log.
Hey, you threw it too far. Wow, a fox and a bear. And the fox caught the frisbee. Sing 'em, Rocky. Go get 'em.
Rusty, don't just sit there. We gotta get out of here. Boy, that's a rough game. Yeah, and it's gonna get rougher if that dog catches up with you. Dog?
Hey, here, drop that frisbee. Sam, stop those kids.
Christy! Chucky! Come back! Those animals are wild!
Breaker, breaker, Ranger Jones. This is Mabel Sporn down at the trailer park. Do you copy?
Oh, that's a big 10-4, Mabel. Is it about the Halloween party?
Ranger, 2 little kids and a dog just ran into the woods after a wolf and a grizzly bear.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute, Mabel. There hasn't been a wolf or a grizzly in these parts in 50 years.
You gonna believe history or what I saw with my own eyes?
All right, calm down, Mabel. Now, did these animals attack the children?
Well, no.
Well, did the dog attack the animals?
After the wolf ran off with the frisbee, you see.
The frisbee?
Look, this is no laughing matter, Ranger. Now call out the National Guard, turn loose your bloodhounds, or do whatever it is you do when folks get lost in the woods. Do you read me? Over.
Yes, ma'am. I'll take care of it. Over and out. Now, you know and I know that the animals in my forest wouldn't harm a fly. But Mrs. Sporn, well, you see, she doesn't really understand about such things. Heck, the animals are more afraid of people than people are of them. Especially my little pals, Buttons and Rusty. Well, well, if it isn't the big bad wolf, the ferocious grizzly, and the missing frisbee. Okay, Rusty, hand it over.
Ranger Jones, are we glad to see you? There's this dog and some kids and I...
Oh, now, whoa, that's enough, hey. Now, first off, didn't I tell you to stay away from the trailer park?
Well, yes, sir.
All right. You remember why?
'Cause city animals are different from forest animals?
Right.
And the humans, they want to move us away.
I'm afraid so, Rusty.
But why? This is our home. Yeah, if humans don't like us, why don't they stay in the city?
I guess because there are too many people down there.
Well, if you ask me, there are too many people up here.
Yeah, but after all, they own all this country, so...
Own it? I thought the forest belonged to everybody.
How can I explain something to these little guys if I don't understand it myself? Call in Happy Days Trailer Park. Mabel, you got your ears on?
Roger, Ranger. Any luck? Over.
Well, I've got 2 little tykes and a frisbee.
Good. Wait. Oh, never mind. I hear them. Thanks anyway, Ranger. Over and out.
Mrs. Sporn, we're back.
Yes, thanks to Ranger Jones.
Ranger Jones?
You kids better get ready for trick-or-treating.
Yes, ma'am.
And remember, the Rangers' party starts at 7:30.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the scariest-looking costume I ever saw, Lenny.
Well, at least it's different, which is more than I could say for yours.
This is one time when being short is going to pay off.
I can't wait till 7:30 rolls around and everybody goes to the Rangers party.
Except for 2 little trick-or-treaters who missed the party.
Rosie,
See, dinner's almost ready.
Good. Now, where are those children? George, will you go outside and get Rusty and Buttons?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Psst. Abner, wake up.
What?
Rusty and Buttons, they haven't come back yet.
Uh-oh. Let's go, George.
Now, Abner, don't you go anywhere. I'm about to serve dinner.
We were just going outside to
get the kids. Be right back, girls. Those kids promised they'd be home in half an hour.
Yeah, but that was about 3 hours ago. Whew. Slow down.
Just a little farther, Abner.
That's neat, Jonesy. Hey, Jonesy. When does the party start?
Oh, after the kids are through trick-or-treating.
What's trick-or-treating?
Well, in this part of the world, every Halloween, children dress up like witches, ghosts, or monsters. And they go from house to house yelling trick-or-treat. And people give them treats like candy and stuff.
Wow. Does everybody give them stuff?
Yep, bags full.
Sounds like a lot of bellyaches.
Uh-huh. That's why I'm throwing the party, to prevent bellyaches.
Wait a minute. You mean they eat bags full of goodies, and then they come here and eat more stuff? That's what I call really chowing down. My tummy hurts just thinking about it.
I know it sounds crazy, but you see, I give a prize to the kid who brings the most trick-or-treat stuff to the party. And that way, the parents can check out all the treats to make sure they're safe to eat.
I suppose this party's just for human types?
I'm afraid so, Buttons. Which reminds me, shouldn't you guys be heading back home?
Yeah, guess so. Okay, bye, Jonesy. Happy Halloween!
What do you see, George?
I don't know, but they sure ain't human.
What are they?
Trick or treat!
It's Buttons!
Buttons, you're in big trouble!
Help! Wild animals! Oh!
Buttons! Where's Rusty?
Lulu! It's a real bear! Help!
Buttons! You stubborn little...
I told him that was a scary costume.
Just wait till I get my paws on you, you little monster!
What's all the shouting about?
Oh, you know how crazy kids get on Halloween.
Hey, no running out there. Sam, stop those children.
You wild animals!
You know how crazy kids get on Halloween. Look out, Sam! Here come more wild animals!
Stop those animals!
Stop that bear!
Wait up, George!
Ain't them kids kind of big for trick-or-treating?
Lulu! Help!
Forget Lulu! Where the heck is Rusty? What was that?
Oh, my head.
Well, young man, what have you got to say for yourself?
Boo!
Well, it's 7:30. Folks ought to be arriving any minute now. Oh, I suppose you're wondering why I didn't ask Buttons and Rusty to stay for my party. Well, even though they've come to be like family to me, I wouldn't dare mix a bunch of little kids with wild animals.
You know, the more I think of it, the madder I get. Yeah. Well, who needs his old party anyway? Hey! I got it! Hey! Sorry. I just realized. There's nothing that says we can't go trick-or-treating. Yeah. Then we can have our own party. Right. Who needs people? Come on. Hello? Anybody? Rusty, how do you trick-or-treat somebody? Just watch. Hey, wake up there! What do you want? Let's go. He sounds awful mad. Relax, will you? I'll handle this. Trick-or-treat! Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Why, it means you gotta give us a treat. Oh, yeah? And if I don't? That's where the trick comes in. What trick? We don't do tricks. We'll think of something. Be right back! This ought to be good for a couple of nuts. Whoa! Now get out of here! A couple of nuts, you said? So he was generous. Ooh. Hey, why don't we go to the trailer park and watch how the human kids do it? Good thinking, Buttons.
Here we are, gang.
Anybody for hot dogs?
Hot dogs!
Hey, wait till I cook them. You see why I couldn't mix Rusty and Buttons with that wild bunch? Those cubs wouldn't stand a chance. Hey, save some food for the rest of us.
I'll call you on the CB when we're ready to come home.
Yes, ma'am. Have fun, ladies.
Serves you right, you big klutz.
You really put your foot in it this time, pal.
How can you sit there laughing and stuffing your face when your children are missing?
Missing, Rosie? Those kids know their way home. I wouldn't worry about them.
And how do you explain this bucket, Abner? Don't tell me you went to the trailer park.
Okay, I won't.
Abner, go get Ranger Jones. Maybe he can help.
On a sore paw?
Oh, did it hurt when I pulled the bucket off, dear?
It sure did.
Gosh, imagine how it's going to feel when I have to pull it off your thick head.
You know, that paw's feeling a lot better. Gee, come on, George. Where's the stupid light switch?
What a setup. We got the whole trailer park to ourselves.
We'll be back in town selling this stuff before they get home.
Wow. Here's one thing we won't be selling, Lenny.
Holy cow, that coat must be worth a fortune. Take it off.
You can have everything else, kiddo, but this coat is M-Y-N Mayan.
Look, there's that grouchy lady in the funny hat. I don't see any kids around.
Egads. I better take a look at those squeaky brakes.
Isn't that the man who threw the frisbee at you?
Now, where'd I leave the doggone lug wrench? Must have left it in the shed.
He left the keys in the van.
What a break. Let's go.
Did I see what I think I saw? Looked like a bear and a fox in a funny hat. We ought to warn them. It is a fox and a bear. And look at all the trick-or-treat stuff she gave them. Wow! Let's ask them how they did it.
Okay, sweetie. Let's burn rubber.
Buckle up, babe.
Come on, move it.
What's the matter with this piece of junk?
Well, don't just sit there. Get out and fix it.
No wonder.
Probably some Halloween prank.
Hey, you kids! Get away from that van!
Meet you in the motor home.
Come back here, you little brats!
Those were kids dressed up like animals. How do I look? Just like the kid who was wearing it. How's this look? Like your dad when he's mad. Hey, I got an idea. If kids can dress like us to go go trick-or-treating, we could just wear nothing and they'll think we're two kids in costumes. Hey, terrific! Uh-oh, somebody's coming. In there. Uh-oh, Rusty, I think this thing is moving.
Thank goodness Halloween only comes once a year. Oh, hey, you in the van! Stop!
Maybe you flooded the engine.
Ah, the battery's dead. Come on, let's get out and steal somebody else's rig.
That van, it's running away.
Hurry, Lulu! There's our getaway car!
Run, Lenny, run! People, now what do we do? The minute they stop this thing, we run for it.
All right. Pedal to the metal, Lenny.
Yahoo! Next stop, New York City.
New York City?
Breaker, breaker, Ranger Jones. Come in, Ranger. Over.
Ranger Jones here. That you, Sam? Over.
A couple of kids just stole my van, and they're heading your way.
But I thought all the kids were here at the party.
Well, all I know is them two little brats in the bear and fox suits rode off in the van.
A bear and a fox? No, they wouldn't. But then again... Okay, Sam, I'll get right on it. Hey, Mabel, carry on without me for a while. I've got a little official business to take care of.
Can't tell the goodie from the bad. Which wish that I could tell is which the magic spell. I know one's the devil and there's one on the level that's the saint. Which one is and which one is? Can't tell the baddie from the good. Which I am so precise is which wish has got the heck. 'Cause they dress alike from hat to shoe, so I haven't got a clue. Which is which and who is who? They both have a customary broomstick. How can I pick and be sure I'm right? With the same laugh and cackles, it will sure raise your hackles when they scream in the middle of the night. What a fright! It's weird and it's so mysterious. Which I am not amused. Is which? I am so confused. I don't know the bad which from the good. Which? Why doesn't someone tell me? Why doesn't someone tell me which? Which is which?
Those crazy cubs are gonna get themselves killed. Killed? Yikes! George, Abner, where did you... Boy, you scared me.
What's happened to Buttons and Rusty?
Yeah, where are they?
We've been looking everywhere.
Well, you see, this fella calls me on the CB, and he swears he saw two kids who looked like a bear and a fox stealing his truck.
Those kids weren't trick-or-treating. They were stealing. Holy cow!
Hope none of that silver got dented. Check on it, Lulu.
This old teapot seems okay.
Uh-oh, trouble ahead.
Looks like the cops!
Quick, Lulu, get me the head for this costume.
What did you do with it?
I don't know. Look in the back.
Here it is.
Yep, that's the van, all right. I'll let them pass, then follow them.
Just smile and wave, babe. Maybe they'll think we're on our way to the Rangers party.
Just smile and wave, guys. I want them to think we're three guys in Halloween costumes. Hi! Goodbye!
Hi!
Goodbye!
Funny, I think those were real animals in that Jeep.
That was them!
It can't be.
It better not be!
That sounded like Jonesy. Look, isn't that his Jeep?
What the hey?
Two little kids?
How come you ain't at the Halloween party?
Well, we weren't invited, you see, and...
It's the law! Step on it! There's a side road up ahead.
They're headed for your place, Jonesy.
They're going too fast! Easy! They're gonna crash!
What's all the racket? Oh, my gosh! My van! Look out for that tree! My van! Oh, my van is ruined!
Oh, dear. I hope nobody was...
Rusty!
Buttons!
Trick or treat! Ranger, grab those kids! They stole my van! Let's get out of here.
There must be some mistake. Yes, our kids wouldn't steal.
I know that, and I also know who did. Oh, I'll straighten everything out with one quick jerk.
Mr. Sprat, what's the meaning of this?
Let's just say I lost my head.
Shut up, Lenny. They ain't got nothing on us.
Except my best fur coat.
Come on, Abner. We don't want the kids to get home before we do.
Thanks, Jonesy. So long, George. Bye, Abner.
Ranger, you aren't going to let them walk into the forest alone, are you?
Oh, they'll be all right until they get home.
Well, I sure had enough Halloween for this year. Me too. Whoa! Now what? Shh. One last chance to play trick or treat on that old gopher. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Trick or treat!
What are you, a wise guy?
Sorry, wrong case.
Come back. I'll give you trick or treat.
That isn't a gopher, it's a skunk. I tried to warn you.
What's the matter, kids?
That mean old gopher bothering you?
Well, not exactly.
Come on, Abner. He can't get away with that.
We wouldn't do that if we were you.
Hey, you in there.
You referring to me?
Yeah, you little stinker.
That's me, all right.
Oh, no!
So there you are.
And where are your fathers?
Well, it's a long story. Did you ever hear of something called Halloween? Or trick or treat?
Now don't start telling us another one of your wild stories.
Okay, we will.
Coming up next, get ready for some fast-paced activities the whole family can enjoy on You and Me, Kids.
Tired of nothing to do.
I don't despair.
Then check out this week's Mickey Mouse Club. There's music from Stevie B, plus a special rap session with New Kids on the Block.
If you were taking me on a date, where would we go?
On a date, I just like to be somewhere quiet and romantic.
And don't miss the premiere of the new Mouse Club movie, The Secret of Lost Creek.
Oh, I had no idea.
It's simply the best time you'll ever experience.
And you can quote me on that.
This week on the Mickey Mouse Club.
There once was a unicorn with a very special horn. It could make wishes come true.
It's the horn, my very own horn.
Or take them away.
What have you done?
But could it save them from an evil prince?
There's something rotten about that guy.
The Fantastic Adventures of Unico. Now airing Friday afternoons at 5 p.m. and weekend mornings at 11:30 a.m.
I think we should investigate this.
The Edison twins have moved to a different time slot on the Disney Channel's weekly lineup.
You're kidding. I do not kid.
Tell your friends. Mark those calendars. Set your VCRs for Friday afternoons at 5 p.m. and weekend mornings at 11:30 a.m. You'd be crazy to miss it.
That's more like it.
That's where you'll find the Edison twins.
It's redder than red, it's badder than bad, and it's in color. Yes, the monster hit Mickey Mouse Club is back for an all-new season with all new episodes of the Mickey Mouse Club movies.
You sure you want to leave heaven?
Yeah. That fun-loving angel from the 50s, Buzz, is back in Teen Angel Returns.
Came for you, Cindy. Guardian Angel. I'm here to help make your dreams come true.
Teen Angel 2 is a story of a girl who lacks self-confidence, and her father owns a 50s gas station, and the teen angel, Buzz, gets his assignment up in heaven to come down and help the daughter of his best friend.
Buzz is faced with trying to deal with this thing that happened between him and his best friend 30 years ago and trying to make it right.
Buzz.
Maybe things didn't happen the way you thought they did.
Buzz is invisible to everyone except Robin Lively.
Plenty of times I've had to act to nothing. It's an invisible nothing. Like there's this scene in the Chubby's Diner, and I felt like such an idiot.
Buzz's refrain is, don't make believe.
Believe you'll make it.
Cut. It's a story of bringing out the guardian angel in everyone.
Action!
And the finishing touches are now being applied to another Mickey Mouse Club movie shot in the rugged mountains of Utah, The Secret of Lost Creek.
In a nutshell, the story of Lost Creek is the city girl who goes to the country, works on her grandfather's newspaper, and she's not thrilled about being in the country. You have to remember that. She meets up with a good-looking country boy. As she's working on the newspaper, she discovers that there's been hidden treasure, and it's been hidden since the gold rush days in the 1800s. She finds out what the clues are. She prints them in the newspaper on accident. The town goes absolutely nuts. Everybody wants to know where the gold is. And we find out what the last clue means, and then you'll have to tune into the rest.
I'll stick around. The fun's just about to begin.
It's a race to uncover the secret of Lost Creek. And Buzz is back in Teen Angel Returns. They're the new Mickey Mouse Club movies with episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, only on the Mickey Mouse Club.
There's program fun for everyone this November on the Disney Channel. For kids, there's a special surprise with the new season premiere of Kids Incorporated. And there's big doings in the Big Apple when the Muppets take Manhattan. Then gather the whole family together for magic, mystery, and medieval merriment with the Disney Channel premiere of The Princess Bride. And there's a sneak preview of a very special Disney film to be released this holiday season, The Making of Little Mermaid. Adults will find the water's fine as the maritime fun continues with Splash. And Garrison Keillor is back with an all-new special as the Sunday Night Showcase presents Lake Wobegon Loyalty Days. Then, an entertainment legend reveals and remembers in a conversation with Bob Hope. And the Disney Channel pays a special tribute as November is Bob Hope Month on the Best of Hollywood. Then relive the magic of the world's most prestigious athletic competition with the Disney Channel premiere of Soul 88, 16 Days of Glory. You'll find fall's finest this November on the Disney Channel.
Happy Halloween from the Disney Channel.
Just you and me, kid. We're quite a pair.
Oh, it's wonderful. Because he hasn't gone. Lucas.
The Bruiser.
65.
Did to me.
Start him up as a dog.
I don't.
To walk in the footsteps of Moses was a man who was with him all along as a right-hand man, Joshua. He was his aide, and he was with Moses in all the things that happened. Because of that, it would be good to see how Joshua understood the covenant and what he did. Because Joshua is a man who saw the power of God. He saw the love of God. Joshua realized that God could do anything if only people believed in him, loved him, trusted him. That's why we need to look at Joshua and understand his views on the covenant. ideas in life that keep coming to you because you know they're very important. And one of those ideas that's been with me for years is the covenant. And as a priest of God and as a teacher, I often wondered how come nobody ever says how happy they are that God has made a covenant with them. It's kind of a test, and you could ask yourself, if ever you thank God that he's made a covenant with you. Actually, as I look in the Bible, what I see is that the very idea of covenant is the key to the real understanding of all the Old and the New Testament. And because of that, I'm thrilled that we can enter into this series, explaining the meaning of covenant, because I really believe
free gift.
He's totally thinking I not give up.
Starting.
I think we've been in this admission.
I think if one thing has changed over the years, it's been the role of exercise in the management of back pain. Exercise has always been seen as a prevention. People said if you work out, your back will feel better and you won't get into trouble. And that's still true. But what we now recognize is that exercise is a method of treating back pain. The current approach to exercise is to strengthen both the stomach and the back and to work in a balanced system so that eventually the spine gets support on both sides. We also need flexibility. Exercise can be divided into two big groups. Flexion exercises, ones where you bend forward, and extension exercises where you bend backward.
And then let yourself slowly back down. Good, that's it. Again, tighten here, strengthen, tighten, and pull with these muscles. And then let yourself back down again. Okay, one more time, you're using these muscles, bands on each side along your spine, all the way up to neutral position, and then back down. You're using again the same group, letting yourself down.
Put very simply, if your back pain is worse when you bend forward, you should start exercising by bending backward. If your pain is worse when you bend backward, you start by bending forward.
Put the stretch on your stomach muscle. Abdominals are very important in keeping your back stable. Come up, reaching for a point here. That puts the maximum strength on your stomach. Letting yourself back down.
We must take the individual, look at the pain patterns, look at the cause, and then tailor the exercise to that individual. Given that kind of supervision, that kind of understanding, we can become very aggressive. We can develop programs of stretching, of strengthening the muscles in the back and the belly that really do make a difference in the recovery from an attack of back pain. One of the big changes in recent years has been the importance of an early return to work. The best thing for the back in many cases is not to lie around and do nothing, but to get up and go back to doing whatever it was you did before. You need protection, you need understanding, you must know that you're not going to harm yourself by going back to work, but in fact, getting your lifestyle back to normal, getting your mind back on other things besides your sore back is tremendous therapy. It has to be controlled, it has to be supervised, but a return to normal living is one of the major keys in managing a bad back.
The back is a vital organ. It can hurt and it can heal. The back is ours to preserve.
The nature of things will continue in a moment.
Sponsored in part by Texaco, star of the American road.
This Christmas, make Christmas greetings from the Columbia Music Collection a part of your family's holiday tradition. Over 2 hours of America's favorite Christmas classics, all for $19.95 for 2 double-length cassettes or a 3-record set, or $29.95 for 2 double-length CDs. And that's not all. Order now, and we'll also send you at no additional charge this new all-digital recording by the Vienna Boys Choir. So get your credit card ready. Order now and make both Christmas greetings and the Vienna Boys Choir a part of your family's Christmas tradition.
To order, call 1-800-453-5550 or send $19.95 for records or tapes, $29.95 for CDs, plus $2.50 shipping and handling to Columbia Music Collection, Box 1134, Department A5Q, Terre Haute, Indiana, 47811. No CODs, please.
Weekday mornings, it's cooking Discovery style. Take mouth-watering trips to countries and kitchens far and wide and sample tastes of the world. Weekdays at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel.
Exotic alloys, complex designs. Today's automobile engines are marvels of power and efficiency. But at a price, they generate more of the damaging filth called sludge, which can squeeze the life out of your engine. Today, what's required is a motor oil specifically formulated to virtually eliminate sludge. Haviland's superior grade.
Dirt's dangerous when it's caught inside these spiders, so working clean is important. They asked for volunteers, so we worked on it, trying to decide how were we going to take care of the problem. So we all got together and came up with some ideas, like our body character, to make everyone aware.
People with the power to do a better job build a better product. McDonnell Douglas, a company of leaders.
We must be doing something right, because now Navy's even gave us an award.
Did you know you could be losing business right this minute? Other 800 services take 50% longer than AT&T to connect your customers' calls. And that means they're more likely to hang up and not call back.
What takes so long?
With AT&T 800 service, you get more calls, and that can mean more sales. And isn't that why you have 800 service in the first place?
I'd like to make a reservation for the 17th.
Performance, another AT&T advantage.
Drive a Volvo, because replacement parts are hard to find.
Pack your bags and get ready for a travel adventure. Find out what to see and how to get there with Discovery on the Go. Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel. We now return to the nature of things.
When I smell or taste something, I'm performing a chemical analysis. As you listen to my voice, you're measuring the frequency of sound waves as they travel through the air. When I look at something, I'm responding to the frequency and intensity of electromagnetic radiation from a source like the sun or a light bulb that reflects off the object I'm looking at. We can see that energy, and we see it as color. Life creates color. Under the sun, many creatures share our ability to measure radiant energy by sight and use colors to signal information about themselves. Color defines each species of macaw. The blackbird's yellow head means a male, ready for breeding. A different yellow, in a different pattern, says goldfinch. Nature makes her colors in a variety of ways. Pigments are substances that absorb some of light's energy and reflect back only certain frequencies to give particular colors. Yellow flowers attract pollinators. Green chlorophyll uses red and blue light to power plants and all who depend on them. Green in animals may be a signal, an arrow-poisoned frog, strong color, strong poison. Not all organisms can synthesize their pigments for themselves. Flamingos, for instance, get the pink in their feathers from their diet of crustaceans. Kept in captivity, flamingos must be fed a synthetic dye, or their plumage will remain white. The pigment in flamingo feathers is one that's widespread in the plant world, but cannot be manufactured by animals. Wild flamingos get theirs from shrimp, who in turn get it from the plants on which they feed. When all the energies of the visible spectrum are reflected, we see white. The color white doesn't originate in the same way as color from pigments. It's a structural color, produced when light is scattered by small particles. In bird plumage, light is scattered from tiny air bubbles within the feather. If these air bubbles are filled with a fluid, the feather no longer scatters light. It becomes transparent. Even a transparent solid like glass can be made to produce the color white. When glass is broken up and ground into a fine powder, it scatters light, giving white, just as the air bubbles do in a feather. Particles in their feathers scatter light to make gulls white. Smaller particles in the atmosphere may scatter light to produce blue. This phenomenon, which gives us blue skies, is called Rayleigh scattering, after the 19th century British physicist Lord Rayleigh. This blue, like the white of a feather, is also a structural color. Blue jays make their blue in much the same way as gulls make white, but the air bubbles in the jay's feather are smaller. Blue jay feathers also contain a dark pigment called melanin. We can see that melanin where it's underlying the blue structure if we fill the air bubbles with a fluid. The blue disappears, revealing the melanin underneath. The scattering structure of minute air spaces, backed by melanin, makes the blue jay blue. When light falls on the blue jay feather from the front, we see the scattered blue. But when we switch the light to shine through the feather, there's no scattering from the surface, and we see the brown of melanin. Structural colors in bird feathers intrigue scientists, and not just biologists. Jack Beal is professor of physics at Fairfield University in Connecticut.
What we're trying to do here is to quantify the physical phenomenon of light scattering of bird feathers. Specifically, there is a well-known physics theory, the Rayleigh scattering theory, which predicts how white light will scatter off of small, very small particles. And what we're trying to do here is to determine quantitatively if that theory holds for bird feathers.
When the light was switched on to shine through the blue jay feather, it looks brown. Jack Beal repeats the experiment by shining light through the feather to fall onto his spectrometer. The instrument measures the amount of light at each frequency of the visible spectrum, red through to violet. The mixture of the different frequencies determines the color of the light that comes through the feather. The graph tells the tale, showing the spectrometer's measurement of each color in the spectrum. There's an abrupt drop in the blue region. This combination of frequencies confirms the color brown that we saw when we shone the light through the feather. Yet the blue jay we see isn't brown, it's blue. Light through the feather from behind shows the brown of melanin. But lit from the front, we see the blue that's scattered from those tiny air bubbles. To measure the blue, light must be reflected into the spectrometer from the top surface of the feather, where the scattering structures are found. So the feather is angled in such a way as to reflect light off the blue surface into the spectrometer. To determine if this color is created according to Lord Rayleigh's theory of scattering, Jack Beale will use the spectrometer to measure the frequencies reflected off the surface, which we see as blue. The curve for the blue jay feather lit from the front does in fact show a sharp upward peak in the blue wavelength, agreeing with what we see. Is it Rayleigh scattering? This curve is calculated for a perfect Rayleigh scattering phenomenon, not an exact match for the real feather, although both curves do peak in the blue region. Life is like that, more complex and subtle than Lord Rayleigh's model. Green. Lots of birds have green plumage, and the pink and yellow of plant-derived pigments. But green pigments are almost unknown in feathers, so many birds do it by adding yellow pigments to feathers that are already built to produce a structural blue. Blue scattering structures overlying melanin include yellow pigment in some areas, and there the feather will be green. Here's another kind of structural color, iridescence, created by a thin film of scales on the feather. Like an oil slick on water, the thin film reflects light from both its upper and lower surfaces, creating an intense, specific color. These colors persist without fading as long as the structure is intact. The iridescence of old museum specimens remains as bright as that of the living bird.
Then you put your head here, so you make a triangle like that. Then we put a triangle on the cart. What's the secret about a headstand? What is that called? Triangle.